What up, family? Let's get a news report of Mary Dash between the Mary and the Lee. Today is Thirsty Thursday in my city, Chicago, February the 17th, 2022. So they say it is 4:03 in the AM. See? We gonna wait till 4:04 because 4 and 4 is 8, and I became the originator of rap music at the age of 8. I know people be like, girl, you say that all the time. How come you ain't got nothing? It's because that's how they designed it. They didn't want me to have nothing. They wanted to keep me for last so y'all could see that I don't have anything. That way y'all can compromise y'all self to do any and everything and, to get my number one position. You understand what I'm saying? Real talk. They never wanted me to have the crown, not even the crown on my tooth. You understand what I'm saying? Because I remember going to the dentist and, I had wanted a tooth or whatever. They could have put a regular tooth, you know, over the tooth that is the silver tooth is over. And the dentist asked me, I thought it was kind of weird asking, she's like, you sure you want that one? I was like, yeah, what's the problem? You understand what I'm saying? It was a fashion statement, I thought, back in the day, and, it was a way for me to look a little regal or whatever and stuff. Some people may not like it, but now that I think about it, uh, every time I smile, they see the crown, So I did get a little something out the deal, if that's what you want to say. But not only that, they didn't, when people are trying to railroad you and troll you and stuff, they have to use, you know, things that resemble you and stuff. And this, when you see people trying to copy me or troll or whatever and stuff, they have to speak on certain things that pertain to me or whatever. This video is going to be called Damned If You Do, Damned If You Don't. You know, in Alcoholics Anonymous, they said, wish you well, hope you fail. You understand? They use little cliches like that. And you be thinking it's little cute cliches and things of that nature or whatever. And it would never pertain to you because everybody think they special, right? You probably think you special if you're right, and, you think people like you and, and you think if you do the right thing, all good things come eventually to you. Well, I'm here to tell you, back in the day, they used to say, hard work ain't never hurt nobody. That was a lie. I worked my ass off at this one place called Food Stuff. I was the only girl, at the time, and, catering and, not catering, but um, um, working like food. I was a driver, okay, the first girl driver or whatever, the place called Food Stuff. And I didn't realize food was that heavy and stuff, and they would, make gourmet dishes and, I would have to take it to different locations or whatever and stuff. And that was a lot of fucking physical work to the point I had gotten a hernia, because they was really putting it on me and stuff because I guess they were like, oh, she want to be the man and see how tough she is. And of course, me not being a man, I caught a hernia. And, all they gave me was about $1,500 in compensation, workman's compensation. And I quit because, I'm not trying to bust a gut for these guys and stuff for real, I mean, they went out their way trying to hurt me, basically, and stuff. So hard work don't always pay off and stuff, real talk. And I worked my ass off to get somewhere, or I like to say nowhere fast and stuff. So am I just trying to discourage you? No, I'm not. I'm just saying you have to be careful. And if I had to do it all over again, I would have never put this much emphasis in trying to have stuff, because it always boils down to stuff. George Collins, a white old comedian who has passed on or tapped out, whatever the case may be, um, he talk about, you know, stuff, people get stuff. You understand what I'm saying? And I gotta put my stuff somewhere and stuff. You understand? Real talk. So it's like I would have rather have walked away with the money than having to give all my stuff away, you know what I'm saying? But you know, when you have an apartment, you want to feel comfortable. You come home, you want to feel like, you've worked and accomplished some things or whatever and stuff, And I always thought back in the day, I said, I used to, when I was a teenager, look through the magazine and stuff. I want a nice apartment. And I did eventually get that nice apartment that I, wanted. And I thought, I'll be able to enjoy it for a little while. I was only able to enjoy it for 1 year. And that's the one you see on my first ever YouTube video, Mary Mack versus the Fat Black Oprah Winfrey, where I had a lot of nice stuff. And after a year, I got railroaded. And of course, they said I disarmed a police officer, something I did not do on Dwyane and Clark. May 31st of 2008, because in the back of their mind, while I was at, the Alcoholics Anonymous meetings, and that I realize now probably was gang banging meetings and stuff, but they played it off, and because, they had a lot to, gain from it and stuff, so they wasn't really, portraying themselves to be, gang bangers and stuff. Yeah, they may have referenced gang banging, but they knew I wasn't affiliated, and then, I represent, my ancestors and people who went through a whole lot of hell because they accumulated a lot of stuff after working hard to, maintain and, get some things. And as usual, the story is the same, just like Michael Jackson said, people end up dying in obscurity and, left for forgotten, but, I go, it's like, I kind of felt it was going to happen. But, I just wanted to allow my people to become something other than a slave and, have a sense of independence, because, my people have fought long and hard for me to be able to rap this song. And for those of you who never made it to school, I'll be your teacher and explain it to you. Back in the days when time stood still, whites had the power and the blacks had the will to survive and try to stay alive when prejudice was starting to multiply. Just like it is now, nothing's changed and stuff. I wrote that rap, it's called a dedication rap, a long time ago, like when I was in my early 20s and stuff, and it's come full circle. And when I said, whites had the power, that means they had the power over my people, and the black people, Africans or whatever, had the will. The will, now that I realize now, because I didn't realize when I was writing it, what it all meant, but I knew my higher power would give me understanding in the future. And I thank God for that, my higher power, because they have the will of, my inheritance. People leave wills, to their ancestors or to their offsprings and stuff, and we never get our inheritance and stuff. You don't think my mother left me something? I mean, where's my money? Where's my property? Where's the prestige, lifestyle I'm supposed to have? Everybody else is having it. That's what's happening. You understand what I'm saying? The little stuff I did accumulate, they have railroaded me out of it. They ostracized me, and now I'm at a point in my life, almost 55 years old. Usually when you work a job, you retire, and, at 55, and, you get to live the rest of your life to the best of your ability, your bucket list. I'm not able to do that. My bucket list is homelessness, prison, jail, the psych ward, and people, looking down on me and talking crazy and trying to get me locked up, killed, or raped. That's what I have to look forward to, after all this work I've put into, and I speak so candidly about this is because, it's almost like a part of my, DNA now. You understand what I'm saying? People ridiculing me and doing the most and stuff, and I, you know, uh, if I what you call speak out too much or fight back, then I'm crazy. So I have to try to keep a cool demeanor about myself. This one guy in AA said, "You're too cool," because he knew what they was doing to me and stuff like that. And they also said, "When you gonna start talking to yourself?" And I was like, where's all this coming from? And they said stuff like, you starting to look like a wallflower. This is stuff they were saying towards the end, and they knew they hadn't used me up pretty much and stuff, but they didn't know my higher power was gonna get them back with, a whole lot of miracles after miracles after miracles because, you know, you don't put that much service work in and don't complain and don't get nothing out the deal, or at least the opportunity to tell your enemies or your frenemies, because they was acting like friends, that, God look out for babies and fools and people who my higher power choose and chose to help you. You understand what I'm saying? Because I didn't ask to go to Alcoholics Anonymous. They needed me. It's like I ain't asked to come here. They needed me. And now that they don't need me no more, they're trying to find a way to get me up out of here so I can help them build up their system again or whatever and stuff. Because it is a new world order. It's a new thing happening here, especially in my city, Chicago. You go to City Hall, they barricaded themselves in. Lori Lightfoot is act like she's scared to come out or whatever and stuff. I mean, I didn't put in all the work. All she had to do is get with her people and act like, she know what she doing and stuff, because it's real simple if you following me, what I'm saying, to talk to the people and get the people what they want, because without us, what I'm saying, like DMX said in his rap, the industry, you understand, it wouldn't be nothing without us and stuff. See, we are the product, you know, foundational Americans, people of color, or people just they like or need or use and stuff. And, we hold the power. And it's more of us disenfranchised people, even ones with the money. I know you still feel some kind of way, because I remember having a little something, something, and I was like, I'm still not happy and stuff. I look at a Rick Ross video, they came up acting like they didn't know who he was. They wanted to see some ID and all that, but they knew where his house was. You understand what I'm saying? Or his land. He has a lot of land. He was supposed to be the police at one time, but they never wanted y'all to have anything. For real. Never wanted y'all to have anything. That's why I don't have anything. So you gauge your future off my life right now, and what they do to me, and I guarantee you that's exactly what they wanted for all of us and stuff. You have to use common sense. I am supposed to be up now. People that look like me, yeah, because the gay guys have been up long enough and stuff. You understand what I'm saying? And now they're pushing them even further or whatever and stuff, because it's, a lot of gay men that's running this so-called industry into the ground and stuff, but nobody asked my permission when it came to rap, me being a originator of rap music and stuff. If they could, use my influence and my style and, come up and, do whatever it is that they do, I would have never taken a lot of those routes and stuff to get my point across. You understand what I'm saying? So they didn't want to my input, put it like that. And so I'm not a part. You hear me say I'm the originator of rap music, but do not connect me with what's going on nowadays, because this is hell to pay. Read the Bible book, Matthew's chapter 10, 11, 12, and 13. 1 Corinthians chapters 1, 2, 3, and 15, and James chapters 3, 4, and 5. And that'll pretty much, if you read those all the time, you'll know what's going on and stuff. Nobody wants to listen to me because young people say, oh, you don't have nothing, you just bitter and all that. That's what they like to say. You're bitter. No, I'm smart. I'm the smart one, because I knew this was coming and stuff, for real. And I had to stay, level down in order for y'all to level up, so y'all could see even up is down. You understand what I'm saying? Real talk. And more money, more problems. See, we tried telling you all, but y'all didn't want to listen. I know, you want what you want, real quick, fast, in a hurry or whatever, but easy come, easy go, real talk. And that's the truth. More money, more problems. So I'm not saying you're not supposed to have nothing. I'm just saying you have to be smart with what you have and don't accumulate too much for somebody else to just come in and rob, because that's all they're going to do in the end. You watch what they do to the ones that's up. And a few years from now, they'll be talking to you just like me and stuff, for real. They never wanted me to make it, because they knew if I made it, we, people of color, and all the other disenfranchised people, yeah, we would have made it and overcame the ones who are exploiting us, because that's all they doing. It's not just us. This being Black History Month, it's basically Dead People Month. That's what they should call it. So think. And with that, this should get on this Port of Maryland -20 Maryland. Peace.